we feel, enough no understand. I'm just a man, the pain we feel.
Try to breathe. Fucking chiller, man.
Struggling to breathe and suffering from broken bones. On Monday, 70-year-old Errol Dixon was hospitalised after what should have been a routine police stop. Today he returned to the hospital to find out the extent of his injuries.
Say the system want to kill we and we not do them nothing done. The pain we feel.
Because I either need to serve this to the head teacher or the deputy head.
Yeah, it'll be one of That's me.
All right, you're the deputy head, brilliant. I have to let you know that we are recording this for the High Courts as evidence that I am serving you with a liability notice. The liability notice.
We try to rise and try to bring we down. Them no want to share the food, no want to give we none.
Yes, good afternoon, my people. Welcome to another Exclusive for Life. Now, my people, as me say, I'll be there, stop saying, Mr. People, the struggle is real. You understand? And people, I have to share them content too, no? It's like I can't help myself. Because I don't like say injustice and, you know, YouTuber go on away with my channel still. But frankly, you know what I mean, this have to be done. You see what I say? Because things like this now, I have to show these things to the world. And people, I don't know if there's any compassion people out there in the world, you know, but people, you need to share these things, people. Because you can't hide the truth from the youth. You understand? The truth have to be told. Exclusive for let the truth be told.
The pain is real.
Try to breathe. Fucking chiller, man.
Struggling to breathe and suffering from broken bones. On Monday, 70-year-old Errol Dixon was hospitalised after what should have been a routine police stop. Today he returned to the hospital to find out the extent of his injuries. Errol, I can still see the visible injuries you have. How are you feeling today?
In a lot of pain, bit stress. Still wondering what happened, why did it happen?
Supported by his family, Mr. Dixon was told by doctors that he had a broken nose, a fractured cheekbone, damaged eye socket and bruising over his body.
Now I know what George Floyd might have felt, because that's how I was feeling. I thought they were going to kill me. Every time I hear that sign, I start trembling.
Mr. Dixon's injuries occurred after he was pulled over by the police due to having a broken brake light whilst he drove down Blythe Road in Bromley.
Moved me from where I was standing behind my car, wanted to take me in some sort of little bushes, dark little place where no one could see. And I started getting scared, to be honest. I started getting scared. I said, this look like, you know, they want to beat me up now. I'm going to be charged or something's going to happen.
You're 70 years old and you've lived in this country over 50 years. Just how many times...
I came here when I was 12.
How many times have you been pulled over by the police?
Hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. You'll be just driving along, or even just walking along. You know, you never stop getting pulled over by police. As long as you're black in this country, it's always going to happen. This was like nothing new to me. But I thought, being at my age, you know, things like this was really stop. I thought they would like look at me as an old man and say, well, you know, he's all right, that's all of him, but nothing changed.
When Mr. Dixon did not return home, his worried wife called his mobile. She was shocked when a police officer answered the phone and told her Errol had been arrested and was injured.
It was just like questions going through because you just stopped him. Why has he got head injuries? I mean, I was shocked. I couldn't really work out how this has happened.
Mrs. Dixon told her son to go and find out what was happening to his father. David arrived to witness the police treating Errol's injuries.
I actually thought my dad was going to die.
Why is that?
Due to I know my dad's health issues and his condition. When I saw my dad, the injuries that I saw to his face and his head, it scared me a lot. I thought he was going to die.
The Metropolitan Police have issued this statement. They say when Mr. Dixon left his car, he became involved in what they've called a struggle with an officer. They say an officer was hurt and suffered an injury to his eye. Mr. Dixon was then arrested on suspicion of assaulting an emergency worker at the scene. He's been released under investigation. The police watchdog will look at whether the force used in the arrest was proportionate. A year ago, thousands of Londoners marched in support of Black Lives Matter. The Dixons are now fighting their own battle for justice for Errol. Antoine Allen, ITV News.
Promise get the youth things and no fulfill none. Have to get the youths a war against them with the sun.
Yes, my people. And as I said, me no need to say much. Because just watching the video, it explained itself. Even a blind could see what's going on there, sir. But at the end of the day, that man is now a criminal and has now been charged after being beaten. But you know what? It just shows you, as I said, this world where we live in, it's not level. It's not a level playing field. I'm asking you, please share this content. And I'm asking you to please do not penalize me for putting out these contents before penalizing ITV News, because it's ITV News first put out this news and I see it and it affect me emotionally because I'm a human being. Me don't know about some people, but me know say me feel so passionate about this. This is why I'm sharing it. And I'm asking YouTube, please do not try to penalize me or my channel for putting out this content which is out there already in the public. Or anyone who will watch my content feel like, you know what I mean, if you feel offended by my content, sorry about that, but you know what I mean, ain't nothing I can do about that because, as I said, my channel is let the truth be told. That means if you know, say, exclusive for channel is a channel where you might go up and then you might see something where you don't like or something where you don't want to hear, where is the truth. Please do not view my content because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, me just a do what my heart tells me to do because I'm a art, I'm a guide. You see what I say? And with now that being said, the next topic I bring to you is self-explainable. Just watching the video, listen to what been said, will explain everything to you. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this one.
What a day when the cup over full in the better pack and run. So what about the mothers who can't find income? Cause a man behind bars keeps us fulfilling.
Because I either need to serve this to the head teacher or the deputy head.
Yeah, it'll be one of
That's me.
All right, you're the deputy head, brilliant. I have to let you know that we are recording this for the High Courts as evidence that I am serving you with a liability notice. The liability notice is served, signed, sealed to Blaken High School. This is a liability notice so that if you decide that you're going to have the children injected with this lethal vaccine within your school, you will, and the head teacher will be held personally liable. This, I advise you to read through this paperwork. It's full of evidence. The liability notice is in there, and that's it. We've served you with your papers.
It is against the law to vaccinate children under the age of 18.
It is.
Using trial.
Any trial drug or vaccine, it's against the law to inject anyone under the age of 18.
And even under Gillett's competence.
It also, under common law, if you have the children injected within your schools and any damage is done to these children, you will be held personally liable. That comes with full asset stripping and life in prison.
That's under common law.
And that's under common law.
Okay.
So thank you, we've served you today. That's brilliant.
Thank
you very much.
Now people, this next one I'm gonna bring to you, my final topic today when I bring to you is about MissKitty. Recently she come out and she made a post about the vaccine, and trust me personally, I think her attitude, I didn't like it still, but that's just me. Plenty other people feel the same, while some people appreciate, you know what I mean, she coming out and saying what she's saying, which is fair because we're all entitled to our opinion. That's how the world make up of two sides, positive and negative. It's not everybody gonna agree with you, and it's not everybody, you know what I mean, gonna disagree with you. However, what MissKitty and I feel like many of these leaders need to recognize that if they're saying they don't care if you don't want to take it or whatever, yeah, like what MissKitty is saying. It's just one thing I want to point out to MissKitty. As she said, if you want to take it, it's your business. If you don't want to take it, it's your business, which is fair. But in reality, it's not like that. The problem comes in whereas if you don't take it, your privilege, just your basic living standard, you know what I mean, the basic things we need for living life, gonna be affected. And that's where the unfairness and the problem comes in. It's not about you just taking it. You understand what I'm saying to you? What if you have an underlying sickness and you don't want to take it? You can't take it. Because a lot of people out there, they have illness where it makes them, it's impossible for them that they can't take it. Because if them take it, them are go dead. Should they be exempt from just basic things to survive? And this is where the problem come in. I'm gonna like MissKitty address that for me. Since you address so much about this and you know what I mean, address that. Because I see you address Pretti Dan, and I know you address Foota Hype as well because they come out and them talk about you. But me now come out and disrespect MissKitty. I'm saying to you, I want you to explain to me what you think should be the solution. Whereas people that hasn't been vaccinated are losing their job. Their kids not going to school. Their kids not getting education. Their children won't be able to eat food. Can you please address that issue, MissKitty? I'm going to leave you now with this one, people. Blessing.
Okay with that, all right? Because at the end of the day, at least we can get to move around, my girl, move around, my youth, move around. And, you know, the businesses can get to thrive and get back to some sense of normalcy and order. However, I implore all citizens to please acknowledge wearing your acknowledge the protocols. Wear your masks, social distance. Please remember to sanitize. And if you are so inclined, go and take the vaccine. And on that note, I would like to say this, right? And I hope the bloggers and the vloggers and the joggers even, you know, yes, will splice this part and splice it correctly. So it will represent my sentiments in a wholesome way, right? So that, you know, it can be understood. Because you have to, which is where, as again, me not cater. Because you understand my background like shut up. And let me say this unequivocally, right? I don't debate and will not debate or argue with an anti-vaxxer. If a person chooses not to take the vaccine, that is your prerogative. I am not arguing with you and I'm not fighting you on your choice. However, I still maintain and I will advocate for people to take the vaccine because I got COVID-19 and I would never wish it on anyone. And because I don't want people to have the harrowing, debilitating, disgusting, just painful experience that I had, I am advocating for people to take the vaccine. However, if you choose not to take it, I'm not talking to you. So keep it moving. Keep it moving. Oh, you need to go argue with your parents. Go argue with them. Yeah. Your family member, them or whoever in your life where you use your so. I'm not turning a pint buckle, argue with them. I am not talking to you. If you choose not to take the vaccine, that is your private business. That is your prerogative. It is your choice. However, I am for the vaccine and I will encourage persons who are so inclined to take it. They may have questions, they may have queries. But when I look at the science and I see that 2.37 billion people in the world have been vaccinated and they are alive and well. Unfortunately, there are people who have taken the vaccine and have had adverse effects. But like in life, though there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of airplanes in the world, and we have plane crashes all the time, it doesn't mean that flying is wrong or it's bad or unsafe, because we take planes every day, even though we have planes that drop out of the sky, blow up, disappear all the time.
Yes, people does, but they do that of their own free will, not by being forced or being given an option. Once you've been placed with an option, it's not of your own free will.
Even though we have millions of cars in Jamaica and we have car crashes every day, it doesn't mean that driving is unsafe, wholesomely unsafe. Okay, we drive every day. We take the public or private transportation every day. Even though people get blood clots from contraceptive pills or a stroke, we still take the birth control pills every day. Even though there are many women who have died in child's birth, there are many women who get pregnant every day and still take the risk of motherhood. Okay? However, if you do not want to take the vaccine, the choice is yours. And hey, I'm not talking to you. However, I will advocate for persons to take the vaccine. But if you choose, my love, not to take it, big up yourself. Go on right through, right on, saints, right on. I'm not talking to you at all. So breeze my body and go on your ways, because someone have some poison in the body want to need to get rid of. I want to see people nice, clean, decent, picking. I want to eat them for no reason when the anger deep rooted in on the childhood and from on a baby stage. I want to get no similar to no christen, and it's a problem with the tend up with them I walk with. Oh no, I don't like the hypocrisy of a lot of Jamaicans. If me talk about Obia is a part of our history, it's a part of our culture, it's a part of our ancestry. But you see, because many people don't read a lot, them don't know the things them, and some of them who don't know the some of them, but are in denial, because a lot of you can't stand the truth, and the truth makes you uncomfortable, right? The uncomfortable truth one of you looking at. It's so ironic, Calico. Oh, you know so much about Obi man, me and Uno, me and your mother go, me and your father go. Yeah, we go as a trio. Yeah, that's so we get a wholesale deal. Yes, you understand? What do you mean you don't know about Obia? Like, are you serious? Yeah, I forgot Obia man to know about it. Ironically, there are many Jamaicans, including myself. I've never gone to Haiti before, but there are many Jamaicans. As something up over Haiti, yeah, to them work too much voodoo over there. How do you know what they do? What do you know about voodoo? What do you know? Yeah, but I told them eat so much. What do you know? You've never met a Haitian. You've never gone there. So because I read extensively, I don't need to go somewhere or experience something to be able to talk about it or relate to it. Me say, when don't Nisagiwe, Father God, the quarter brain cell attitude. And then, you know, it's so funny. They always, and this is the thing, right? You have the people them who really and truly, them want to shut you down because you're not in agreement. Like, listen, again, let me repeat for emphasis. I am not talking to those who have decided that they don't want to take the vaccine. Ma'am or sir, that is your choice. It is your prerogative. Big up you. I'm not talking to you. Keep it moving. For those of you, though, who may be undecided, who may be thinking or wondering because of what I have gone through by contracting COVID-19, I do not want you to experience what I've gone through. And so I can give my testimony from a place of authenticity. Me go through the valley of the shadow of death. And because of this, I can advocate that, guys, listen. You know, one go through that something here. I know a lot of people may think it's not real. A lot of people may be in doubt. They may think it's just the flu. And they may be, you know, thinking that, oh my God, we can deal with it. There are many people who have died and are dying because of COVID-19. Not only is it affecting us mentally, physically, psychologically, and spiritually, people are losing loved ones in their families. And this is very real. And when I say their family members are dead, they are not coming back. There are many families that have lost a mother and father. That family is affected and will be affected for the rest of their life. I have walked the walk. As I've said before, you don't have to go through everything in a life. You don't have to buck your toe. You don't have to go through every problem and trial and travail. You can listen to somebody too who go through something, who has experienced something, and I make you know real talk, big man thing and big man thing. It's not a joke. COVID-19 is real. So I'm advocating for the vaccine from the perspective of I've gone through it. I don't want you to go through it. This is what happened to me. I'm also advocating for early intervention, right? I'm giving you the list of things that we think we need, the vitamins them we need for having our house, right? Vitamins that you need to have in your house and what you need to help yourself, and just vitamins in general. Normally, we've not been a people who really and truly, are into vitamins much, but we have to change these things. So I am sharing with you. I regret not taking the vaccine earlier. I was waiting, right? And because of that, I have contracted COVID. Calico, me no want nobody else go through that.
What a day when the cup over full, you better pack and run. So what about the